I have a little bit of a chore to do. Here, there's a lot of weeds out here, and it's not might not be for everybody, but you know, life is life, and treasure hunting is uh, what I do. You know, and metal detecting is what I do, but things have to be done too. And if I go out metal detecting on my live today, which would be an awful lot of fun, uh, then things don't get done. Then by the time I get home, it's too hot. Today's going to be like almost 90 degrees. So I figured I'd get out here and I would do my work while it's a little cooler. I should have come out earlier today, but uh, I thought, well, you know what? I got to do this, and it's still 10:30. It's really nice right now. Look at it. Look at up there on the mountains. And not a cloud in the sky, so it's not going to be, you know, shady and cool out here. But I got to do this. Today's Thursday. They pick up the trash tomorrow, so I have to put my green out. So might as well get as many of these weeds as I can out. So looks like I had one person come in and decide that's not what I want to see. That's okay. That's okay. So, you know, seeing other people do yard work and different odd jobs they need to do on their lives. So why not? Why not? So I got myself a bucket here, and I got my knife, and I got weeds. So let's pull a few weeds. More than a few, huh? So this is the easy way to do it. Digging knife has a lot of different uses, and weeding is just one. So I'm going to use my metal detector out here a little bit too, just to see if I can find anything else. You know, every time I come out here, I get something that I missed last time. So I'm not going to just pull weeds, but I want to get a lot of these weeds out of here. It might be still hard. I'm going to be bent over a lot like this, so a lot of my live will be, I'll be able to see if somebody says something. So far, whoever's come in has gone out. So that's fine. Maybe when I get to the metal detecting part, I'll still have a couple people on, or maybe. But you know, weeds are kind of strange. They pop up where grass won't grow. Grass isn't natural, you know. Grass is not a natural thing for a yard. This is a natural thing. And when you're living in what used to be desert, you know, that's all that grows. You don't get any good stuff growing naturally. And this dirt, unless you spend a fortune on it, fertilizing it and cultivating it, replacing it with topsoil, like the guy across the street did when he was alive. He replaced his whole yard with topsoil. He built a wall, covered everything up. He was tired of fighting the weeds and everything, so he had topsoil brought in, and he built his yard higher than everybody else's yard by building the retaining wall, and it looks really nice. I'll show you his yard. They won't mind. The guys that live there, they really friendly people. I'm not gonna show you anything over there that's not visible from the street. So okay, but if you look at his lawn over there, let's see if I can get without getting the, anyway, he's got a really nice looking yard over there. So these are the things that drive me nuts, is that if you let these dry up just a little bit, these things turn into, you know, they dry up, and each one of those little spurs goes into a seed. You know, that's a lot of seeds, so that's a lot of weeds you have to battle. If you get them green, then you have less to battle later. But you know, yeah, see, this one's starting to dry up a little bit, so got to get them when they're green. And I'm not going to get every weed. I'm just going to get the ones that look like they're going to be menacing later. I'm going to do this a little while, just move straight down the walkway here, or the driveway, not the walkway, and get all of these foxtails out and the weeds that just kind of stand up over everything. These are easy to pull out. They come out really easy, so I don't have to worry about those. But the these here, you have to loosen them up because they got, for some reason, they got a lot of roots. They take up a lot of water and everything. So these here, they got a little longer roots. Give you a little horticulture lesson here. They just go out everywhere. Now look at all those little flowers. Those are all weeds. Those are the scissor plants that I showed you in the park the other day on Monday. There. Oh, that one's going to be a little bit. Oh, you don't want to come out of there. Whoa, look at that. No. Yeah, see these little purple flowers there. They make the lawn kind of pretty, but they grow up. I'll show you one that's a little older here in a minute. No wonder how many people just come in and saw what I'm doing and just left. I got anybody to talk to? Hey, Tri-Valley's here. How you doing? Yes, weed season. No, I like that. So, anyway, I thought I'd show you guys I can do more than have fun. So, but these little guys here are a nuisance. Pretty little flowers. Here's one that has a little more to it. They've got those little seeds on them. Those split into like 4 pieces, and they spiral up when they dry up, and they corkscrew into the ground. So if one of those little things right there dries up, it splits up into 4 different pieces, it grows 4 more weeds. So for each one of these, just those there's a lot more of them here. There's a lot more of these things, but these are getting mature. They're not mature yet. There's some big ones here. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, they can really multiply fast. They cover your whole yard if you're not careful. And that's one thing you don't want to have happen, because then it's an all-day job. When they first came up this year, they shoot up like overnight too. That's just a couple of days, and they're like growing everywhere. And when they're small like this, they're a nuisance to pull, and when they're bigger, they're easier to clean out than when they're real small like this. But if I get a few of these, or most of them, by by getting them when they're little, then I don't have so many of the big ones in a few days, because I mean they will just take over. And all it needs is, like, this weekend's supposed to rain, and when it rains, these weeds just soak it up, because they got a pretty good root system, and they'll go crazy. Williamie, how's it going? Hey, Tupac. Now you guys get to see me really work. No beach. I'd rather be at the beach. But I got to get some of these weeds up before they get unmanageable, especially these foxtails, because they seem to just really get up there, and then they die and dry up really fast, so then you have to fight them again. I won't have so many later if I get them now. See, this one's already dying and drying up. They're starting to turn yellow instead of green. And so they have a time clock and alarm that tells them, yeah, it's time to spread out. And I'd be here all day if I was going to try and get them all. So, oh, we're down to one. Now, don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. And these are easy to pull, these big, tall. I think they look like trees out of Dr. Seuss. So, when it gets too warm, I'll stop pulling and do a little little metal detecting out here and see if I can find anything else. Now look at these. Here, this is all weeds. But at this point, they aren't rooted very good, and they come up pretty easily. But still, I'd be in one spot for like forever, just pulling up the I call them scissors plants. I don't know what the name of them is. I should Google them and see what the real name of this weed is. Okay, yeah. Now there's a weed I don't like. This is a grass burr. They they track out into your house really easily. Yes, it comes with a sheath. The Nocta comes with a sheath. Ha! No, I'm not gardening, Jamie. I am weeding. There's a difference. Gardening is where you grow something. Weeding is when you get rid of it. Got to get rid of the grass burrs and the foxtails, and there's a few other weeds that here that I have that looks like the foxtails are really close to the driveway pretty much, so that ought to be pretty easy to get most of the foxtails out. But these things, you know, not gardening. Hello, David Carlisle. How you guys doing? I thought you guys would enjoy watching somebody work today instead of being and having fun. It's almost exactly the same, except I'm not getting up and down as much. And these are the hardest to get because the water runoff gives them bigger roots. Look at that stuff. Well, you know, some of the guys, like, you guys know Robert, right? He shows his garden and everything, and everybody seems to like it. So I'm going to show you my desert lawn, or what I call it, because I think I've said this before, but I kind of had a bout with the city. You know, all of us have here, but we at this house have fought with the city a few times on things. And one of the fights that we've had with the city is we had a really nice lawn. I would put weed and feed on it, and my wife would mow it a lot while I was working and everything. She did all the mowing and everything, and it was a nice looking lawn after we first moved here. When we first moved here, some of the riffraff in the area came and for whatever reason we never found out, they marked our lawn, pouring salt on it, and made rude drawings on our lawn with salt. Killed the lawn, so we had to get it back in order. But then when we did get it back in order, then the drought hit, and the city said we were using too much water. Then when we stopped watering and our lawn died, they came back and they said, look, your lawn's dying. And you know, somebody complained about our lawn being dead. And so I went down to the city water department and kept hanging different things on our door. So I went down there and I said, look, first you tell us we're using too much water, so we had to let our lawn die because of the drought. Now you're telling us that our lawn's dead and we need to water it. And then they said, well, you have a point. they were going to penalize us and everything, and if we didn't, take care of our lawn and everything. Then, not too long after all of that, they put an edict out because of the drought that let your lawns go golden, which ours was already golden because they had told us not to use so much water. So anyway, when you let your lawn go golden, what happens? The grass dies, but the weeds don't, right? Hey, Jocko, how's it going? So, anyway, you guys are just all saying hi to each other. Okay. So, now I fight weeds like this. I let the lawn be watered naturally by whatever comes along. And if it gets too high after a rain, I'll knock it down. I have a mower, but it's for some reason not working right now, so I use a weed eater. So I got a brand new mower, hadn't even got 15 hours on it and stopped running. And so I gotta find somebody that can help me with that because I don't see any reason for it not to run. So, well, this is a little better. I got a bucket full of weeds here. So far, I got, half a bucket if you press them down. Now these are already drying up, and these the leaves are starting to dry up, so these are going to dry up. And look at all those: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's a plethora of them in there. Those seeds, and they break into 4 pieces, 3 or 4 pieces, and make little corkscrews and drive themselves right down in the ground. And then you've got millions more plants to worry about. Showing you my knee. That's not very good. Then we got these. Last year I tried to leave a bunch of these right on the wall because these are milkweed, and milkweed, the monarch butterflies feed on milkweed. So I left a big patch of milkweed up against the wall for them, but it just died and got ugly. It didn't stay healthy milkweed at all. So I'm going to try and get most of that out today and tomorrow. Oh, maybe not tomorrow. I'll probably go hunting out someplace tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, in the evening. Oh, there's grass seed. Now there's grass seed. I'll knock that around, spread the grass seed out, because the grass seed, these things, that's good weed, grass. That's the type of grass you want. It has seeds like that, so try and instead of pulling them out, knock the seeds off, and then that grass will get a little heavier, maybe. But it's just Bermuda grass. So Bermuda grass is the toughest takes the least amount of water, takes the least amount of effort to make it grow. But you know, after the drought, you know, they say the drought's gone. They're going to say it's coming back as soon as the summer really hits. They'll say, "Oh no, we got a drought again." Even after all the rain and snow, we still have snow up on the mountains over there, and a little bit. There's a milkweed. There's milkweed. So used to have a lot of dandelions. We don't even have dandelions anymore. Well, that didn't take very long to get all the way down to the sidewalk. Of course, we didn't pull every weed. If I stayed to pull every single weed that I got, would have still been down there by the other end. So thank you guys, the ones that are hanging out, for hanging out. What's oh, looks like somebody. No. Hey, Kenneth Bird, how's it going? Walker Magnet? Oh no, that's not Walker Magnet. Look a little closer. We got Digger. How you guys doing? It's raining there. Not raining here. We could Digger. You just mow your weeds. Well, then you still have to contend with them, because look at those things. They're turning gold already, and these are all going to turn into. There's like 50 seeds there. More than that, like 200, 300, 400 seeds. Yeah, I know. But the lawn doesn't need knocking down right now, right this minute. And the weed eater, if I was using a weed eater to knock them down, then that'd be too noisy. Too noisy. Got all these. I wish you guys were here. We could knock these things down in a matter of minutes. And the only reason I'm pulling these out is I have to anyway, but tomorrow they're picking them up. So, whoops, I left one on the ground over here. Pulled it out, left it on the ground. Okay, there's some big ones over against the wall. I was getting the biggest ones and the most irritating ones out. So I always like to get the most irritating ones out. And the ones, I don't run barefooted in my yard because of rocks and everything. This yard, I pulled rocks out. Got a pile of rocks. I probably have a yard or more of just rock piled up from picking them up off my yard. But it seems that Earth moves all the time. And when the Earth moves, shakes, and shimmies, it lets the rocks move to the top. Thus, some of the finds that you get, if you go to one place and you don't find anything, and then one day you go back over it and you go over the same exact spot and you find something, I think the Earth pushes it up, you know. And those milkweeds just break off if you don't try to loosen the roots there. So then you got a stump in the ground. And if you break it off, then the roots keep growing and the stump keeps growing. And when that happens, then you got a stick sticking out of the ground instead of a stem with leaves. You got a big stick. Ooh. Oh man, look at that. Look at this one. This one's different. Got a new one. Look at all this. You see on all that? That's kind of a pretty weed. Kind of looks like little Christmas trees. Weird. I've never seen one like that here. Nice thing is that when you pull them out, it looks like there's more, but one plant, oops, must have touched the one plant, spreads out. It looks like more, but if you find the center of it, pull it out, then it's just one you have to deal with. My ground is rocky and hard, and you wouldn't believe what I put in this ground. I've put all kinds of steer manure in here. I put, you guys all know what gypsum is? Gypsum, they make drywall out of. That's the chalk that is in drywall. And if you ever noticed, if you ever set a piece of drywall out in the yard and let it get rained on, well, it looks a little better down through there, and I still have quite a bit of junk looking over there. I don't want to even look at that side over there. On that end, oh, look at, I got a tall milkweed in here. Okay. Anybody still with me? Any new biddies? Field guy? All right. How's it going? Cartoons! How are you? Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I pull weeds. So here's a nice milkweed here. These are easy to pull out. I kind of tried to stop the weeds. Look at, I've covered that with rock and gravel. Stop weeds. That is almost like my that I was just in. Just, hey Greg, oh Diver, how's it going? Did I say hi to David Carlisle? I think I already did, but hello anyway. Hello all you guys. So you try to landscape, and what does it get you? Weeds. Now I left these though on purpose before, these here, because these are clover, and it didn't look like it now, but you can see the clover in there a little bit right there. And they have really pretty yellow flowers on them, like that one over there. There's a yellow flower, and they just kind of coat the ground. It kind of looks like the Yellow Brick Road or whatever. So anyway, I left them while they were up and pretty, kind of like that one right there. You know, but they had a lot more. Every one of those stems had a yellow flower on it, like those little yellow flowers there. So it was nice looking for a little while, but now it just looks like somebody laid down in it. Somebody laid down in the clover. Okay, before I get to the wall over here, I'm gonna pull those weeds out of my rock garden. So here you go, William. This is my rock garden over here. So we have all these weeds growing in my rock garden. These are kind of easy to pull out between the rocks, but you know, I had gravel down between the rocks and everything, and I laid down weed tarp, but then the dirt kind of piles up on top of the weed tarp, and between the gravel and the cracks of the stones, then we got dirt in the gravel between the stones. So then that grows weeds. It will find a way. Weeds will find a way. I gotta take that and dump it and get me another bucket. So I'm gonna have to move some stuff. I filled up a thing from junk that we picked up that I had in the backyard, and trying to clean everything up around here. It's going to take a long time. It took 6 years to, well, actually 7 years for it to pile up, and it's already taken me 2 years of piddling around with it. I haven't been really going after it and getting rid of things because some of it I wanted to keep, but I'm regretting that decision now. I'm regretting that decision. Let me go and sheathe my knife here. Yeah, did you hear me a while ago, William? The Nocta definitely comes with a sheath. I don't use the sheath, it's too much trouble. Now, if I had one like Jeremy makes a sheath, if I made one of those or bought one of those, and now Treasure Outdoors is making those sheaths. I don't know whether he's going to continue to make them. He made himself one because he liked the one that Jeremy made so well. Jeremy sent him. So you know who Jeremy is, right? Paystreak Super Freak. So I got to get this. Oops. I got to haul some of this up front because this is going to go in a different. Well, I got to break it up and put some of it in a different. I'm not going to try and carry a whole bunch. And, we found this as a cornhole game. It was already ruined, but I thought we could fix it. But then I put it out in the side. Somebody left it out in the park because it was broken, and I was going to fix it. But then it got warped, and you know, if you don't do something with it right away, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be ruined. So now I'm throwing it away. And got some old wood that's been outside. I'm slowly but surely getting rid of this stuff. And this wood that really can't be used for anything. And a couple of pieces of old particle board table that I had that I cut up, and I made a vacuum table to make molds, plastic molds, and I didn't have a powerful enough shop vac to make it work right. So while I was down and out, it got the cover on it got blown off and tarp deteriorated as I was unable to go out and take care of it, and it got everything rusts and decays. That's everything. And we got proof of that, right? There's some pool noodles that we found. There. I'll put those over there. There's a couple of good canopies I repaired from about 10 different. I think I can pull this out now. 10 different easy ups that we found. And no, they weren't 10. It was about 8, I think, that we found. And I made 3 good ones out of it. And I have 3 good easy ups, a 10 by 10 and a 12 by 12 and a 9 by 9. So, you know, if you are a scavenger like I am, a treasure hunter, and when you find these things and you spend a little bit of time with them and repair them, then let's see, that can stay in there. Some of this stuff has to come out of this. Well, actually, I'm going to take all the wood out of here because I'm disperse it later after I get the leaves picked up. a couple pieces. That was a good piece of oak plywood, but I don't have anything that small I need it for. And this plywood, just like door skin. It's got to put all this into another this is my yard green trash can, and anybody else hanging out? Oh, we lost a couple. Yeah, go to Character Alley's Instagram. She did something really interesting. Go to Character Alley's and look at the eclipse through her thing. Come on. Okay. I'm going to put this over here. Character Alley, she's got it on YouTube, she's got it on Instagram. So I was using that wagon, and it's been out. If you look at it right in the beginning, right up by the front, there's a wheel. That's not a spare wheel. That's one of the ones it needs. But they don't make any wheels out of metal anymore. They make all the wheels out of plastic on the wagons and stuff, and that sit out. It wasn't in the weather, it was covered up, but just the sun and everything. Okay, get this rock garden cleaned up. Well, anyway, back to I think Pastry Super Freak sells his sheaths, his leather sheaths, which are really nice, and your knives slip right into it, slip right out. But all these companies, Nocta, everybody else, they give you canvas sheaths, and the canvas sheaths, they catch on your serrations here, and pretty soon it cuts through. I have to sharpen my knife, it's getting really dull. But the canvas sheaths, they're nice in the beginning, but then when they start fraying because of the serrations and the sharp edges of the knife, then what you've got is more of a hindrance later on. It's nice in the beginning, but then when they start wearing out a little bit, they are a hindrance, a big hindrance. So I don't use the canvas sheets. I did for a little while, but I just throw my knife into my bag, and seems to work. I would use one of those leather sheets if I made one, or if I bought one. But you can't buy every single thing you see. You just can't do it. There's all kinds of things you go, oh, I'd like to have that. That would make my life so much easier. But you know what? You just can't always buy one. Right? I should leave this moss type stuff in here because it's kind of pretty green around the rocks. But then it dies and turns yellow and everything goes to pot. So I gotta find a good position for my camera though, because this is kind of nice out of the way. If you guys watched Tupac's live, he had his camera in his hand. He carries his camera because he doesn't have a mount for it, and it can make things a little inconvenient. More inconvenient at the beach because you have a digger and you have the scoop, and you've got the metal detector, and you've got your camera in your hand. So it makes it really difficult to move around. As you can see on Tupac's live, he worked it out really well though. He didn't leave his scoop behind and then go and get it when he found a target. But I dug a lot more targets because I got my camera on my chest and I scoop them up right then. I didn't have to walk back and forth where my scoop was. So the chest mount is a convenience that way, but it's not as convenient with its view all the time because you got to keep adjusting it. It doesn't point exactly where you want it to all the time. And you look down and it's pointed off in a different direction or straight down because you pushed it down to look at something or talk to people, and then you forget what you're doing and you leave it pointing down and they're looking at the ground between your feet instead of what you're doing, right? Well, see if I can see it. Yes, there's these are root cutters on this side. There's a little saw on this side, so you can cut through things. I don't use that so much. This I use, the root cutters, because you go down along a root and it cuts through them pretty good. But I don't like to cut the roots if I don't have to. So I don't make use of the serrations all that much. Some people do a lot. Now look at this thing. I'm going to pull that out, but that's not exactly a weed. That's a plant from somebody's plant that the seeds blew over here, and this plant is growing, but it's like a big clump of grass, and it would make a big, huge plant, but I don't want a big, huge plant down here. Goodness. It looks like grass, but it's not exactly grass. It's some kind of tough. See, it looks like a big clump of grass, but it actually takes more root. Goodness, that one. So I don't want a bigger plant growing in here. So see, these have big taproots growing on them. Ooh, that's a seed. That'll grow another one real fast. Oops, I think I just threw away one of my rocks. Oh, well, I'll look for it when I dump it. Maybe. So, are you guys having fun watching me work yet? Actually, when I spray this off, it looks really nice. Just, you know, like a cobblestone area. If I get the weeds out of it and then wash it off and rinse everything down, it looks like a little riverbed type thing. But then there are people that come along here and sometimes a rock will get kicked out of here for whatever reason, I don't know. That one must have went through the tarp down there. Look at the roots on that. The roots are much bigger than the plant. They got anybody left in here? I can't see. I got a couple people. All right. Thank you for being here. Just kicked out one of the rocks. But sometimes these rocks, I don't know why people will walk on them or across them. Hardly anybody parks here on the street, but when they do, they will walk through here and kick a rock out onto the sidewalk and stuff. And then somebody will kick it down the street. And I'll find a rock from here, you know, like half a block away on the sidewalk. Somebody kind of kicked it out of my rock garden and decided to kick it down the street. And while they're walking, doesn't make any sense to me, but they do it. I've got a big pile of rocks. I was going to make a rock garden on the other side, and I started it, and I have a big pile of rocks over there, but they keep disappearing. People keep taking my rocks. And so they've left a lot of the little rocks, but they've been taking my big rocks. This size, I want to make a paving stone out of that, and I'll throw one over there, and the next day it'll be gone. I don't know exactly what that's about either. But this is what I do with those ugly old rocks, William. Why is that one even out of the ground? Even the ones that I put, I think the weeds, this weed especially, this one has big roots and it just grows down beneath the rocks into the dirt and pushes the rock right out of the ground. These weeds don't actually, they send a taproot down, so they don't have a big clump of roots that push things around. And that rock seems to have lost the dirt underneath it or something. Oh. Wow. Even his rocks over there, he's got a gardener that comes in, and then they're supposed to take care of that, but they just leave them grow through those rocks. He's got a white bed. Doesn't look so good with the weeds growing in them. I have to get a broom and sweep the dirt off my sidewalk here. Let's see if I can see. Pirates of Miami! You know, I was thinking about that. I use salt in my electrolysis. I was thinking about, you know, just saving that when I do electrolysis and saving that salt water up and then spraying it all over this. It's a good idea. Yeah, so some of these little things that are non-obtrusive over there, I'm gonna leave for right now. I'm just gonna get the big stuff out mainly and make this look a little bit tidier anyway, and get all this dead and dying out. And then I'm probably gonna do that Miami. I'd rather call you Pirate. Pirate, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the salt from my electrolysis so I don't waste it and dump it out anywhere. And I'm gonna spray this. And look at those seeds. You gotta get those out. Otherwise, these will be back in a hot second. So I should have pulled them before they went to seed, because look at those seeds. See those nodules there? Those are seeds. And they get left in the ground there from, yeah, somebody's just been I know I had these buried in the ground so that it couldn't be kicked around easily. Now, this one doesn't have any on it yet. I think it might be male and females. Some of them have the seeds. Oh, those were right down in there deep. See, when you pull them out, I got to pull them earlier. I can't leave them because they're pretty. Because look at those seeds, they're already growing. Gonna grow more of this stuff. And those seeds were way down on the root, so they weren't up by the top. But since I waited so long, I'm going to have that problem because I know I'm leaving the seeds down there by pulling these instead of digging them out. But I don't want to. Oh, they're not all staying. There's a bunch of seeds there. Moving right along here though. I think I'm stretching out the wrong way, turning my camera away from what I'm doing. So you guys aren't even getting to see me work. I gotta turn the right way here. I think I'm going to get a few big weeds over there. I'm going to clean out this rock garden area here, and then I'm going to get a few big weeds, and then I'll use the metal detector for a little while. Give you guys a break from the mundane here. So do I have anybody still here? I got a couple of people still here. Thank you guys for spending your time with me and giving me the gift of your time for my watch hours. I really appreciate it a lot. Sorry I'm not doing anything exciting today because I had to get this done. And I didn't want to be out here after 12 o'clock in the high noon area down here pulling weeds, because if I would have waited until after I shot my live, then it would have been into the heat of the day, and it's supposed to get close to 90 today, 87 to 90 degrees today. Oh, look there, there's a piece of mirror in my rock garden. Oh no, just glass. Oh, what's a glass doing out here? I don't know, maybe the vibration of the earth is kicking these rocks out of the ground too. They were like solid pavement at one time with the gravel and everything. I gotta stand up and rest a minute. There's the thing about taking a knee. It's not always comfortable taking a knee. Really do appreciate you guys spending time. Oh, you got two monitors so you can watch one show and edit on your other monitor? Nice. Get a tripod? I've got a tripod. Then I got to keep moving it. I'm gonna live, if you know, just so many things. Sometimes you find it convenient, sometimes you don't find it convenient. I started out with a tripod, then I got a chest mount because it was hard to move the tripod all the time, and I had the tripod in my hand and my metal detector, and then I had to set the tripod down, get my digger out, and find a way to do it. And it was like inconvenient, almost exactly like when my chest mount broke and I had to set my camera down on the ground. So now if I was just in one spot and I could set up a tripod and just show me doing one thing in one spot for a couple of hours, that'd be one thing. But when you're moving around, everything has its convenience, and everything has its inconvenience. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've tried a little bit of everything so far, except having somebody, well, I've even tried that. I've had a couple of people take videos of me, but then you got to transfer the video. It becomes a hassle going from one thing to another. And the lives for right now are the most convenient thing, only because I don't have to edit anything. I don't. And you're talking about editing right there. You're editing something, and that's really cool, and some of my edited stuff looks really nice. And the longer you spend on it, the more you do to it, the more stuff you try to pile into it and everything. It's really nice. But then that's time that you have to spend doing it. So not only are you spending the time shooting and digging, then you're spending the time editing. So a 2-hour dig turns into 10 hours, right? Because you don't ever just edit and spend 15-20 minutes editing. You spend hours going through it, looking at it, and changing it and cutting it and pasting it and splicing it and pinching it and zooming it and doing all kinds of things that you think people will want to watch. and then you've spent a lot of time. And right now, I'm really close to getting that 4,000 mark. And I know after that I've got to maintain the hours somehow. So I'll really try hard to make it entertaining enough for people to want to be looking at the stuff. So I'll spend some time editing, I will, and shooting, and not do the live hunts and stuff. It's just so much easier right now trying to get the hours, because you guys are really helping me out a lot, and the guys that come in here are the only ones that really spend a lot of time with me. The ones that come in and watch my videos, they watch them for a little while, but they don't sit and watch the whole thing. And some of you guys are in here for the full time that I'm on. And you guys are the ones that really deserve all the credit. So, and that's why I do the lives. I just stretch out a monologue there for why I do lives. And just to fill the space with something besides dead air. The dead air space. I put music on when I'm sitting at the desk to try and, have a little bit of nuance behind me when I'm not talking stuff. So that, you're not just listening to dead space and listening for that alien signal someplace. Well, I'm getting close to, this took a little longer than I thought. It's really funny. Gregory Freeman got that gold-filled ring, and when I first looked at it, I thought I saw 14 karat when I looked at it, but it was 18 karat gold-filled, and still a good find, great find, and I just like finding rings. I do, and I don't care if it's a little kid's ring or gold-filled ring, silver-plated ring. I don't care. Ring is a ring is a ring. So anyway, I've put on almost a minute video, and it downloaded as a short because it was under 60 seconds, or uploaded as a short, and I got a few views on it, not very many, but that hunk of rusty bolt nut that I found, that thing's shooting up. It's almost up to 2,000 now. 2,000 views on a rusty nut and bolt that I jokingly claimed to be off a shipwreck. Oh, look at this. Look at this here. I'm going to show you. Can you see that coming out there? Oh my goodness. Can you see that? That's down in my water thing, all those roots. There's the plant. All those roots down there. And look at all the seeds. Look at the seeds. Look at these seeds. Look at all these seeds down here. What do I do with my knife? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Awkward here. Check out those seeds. Oh, there's a ton of them came out of there. Ah. It was down in that little hole right there. My water meter casing. It's weird they're growing down in there, that they grow through that hole. They don't fall through that hole. The plant doesn't go down through that hole. It comes up through that hole from the bottom. Ugh. Yeah, look at all the seeds. I gotta plant some of these rocks again because they've been all over the place. I got rocks on top of rocks. Almost done with this area. Just got a little bit left to go. Got these little guys down in here. Boy, weeds don't care where they grow. Hard to get out of these cracks here. I'm not pulling them, I'm cutting them off. I'll be back to you guys in a second here. Let me get these right here. Come on. Come out of there. Huh. So, Greg, did you get a lot of your branches up? Well, now I got to fix all the rocks. Can't believe that all those rocks have been kicked around. There's a white rock that goes down there. Don't want that white rock contaminating my river rock. Oh, these. Come on, out of there, so I'm putting the rock back. Goodness. Put this down in there. Look at that. That was down in there. Getting close. Here's a grass burr. It's already got burrs on it. See them grass burrs? Those are sock stickers. They get stuck in your socks really good. Get a couple more weeds here, then I'll see who's talking. Almost done with the rock garden here. As much as I'm gonna do. I'm taking all the big stuff out. Yeah. Oh, just a couple more to go. Let's see if I can read. Ah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm having a time of skirting around people on Tuesday. Thing is, I keep my head down looking at the ground so that I'm not looking at all that, except enough to keep away from it. And that's almost impossible at the beach. Parks are better. People don't dress like that at the parks. Parks are much better. Almost got her. Almost got it. I think I got it good enough for right now. Out here looks a lot better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to a park tomorrow that I've never been to. I was gonna go a couple weeks ago, and the rain and everything stopped me from going. But I have an idea about this park, and it's a good park, and I don't think anybody that I know has ever been to it. I'm not going to call it by name because I don't want somebody trying to rush out there before me. But I've never been to it before, and that means that even if somebody else has, there'll be something there, because the park I go to right here at my feet, a block and a half away, I walk to it. Lots of times when I go, I walk to it. This Monday I went walk to it. Oh, there's a green one out here. Okay. There we go. That's good enough for right now. Still got the other end, but it's pretty much dead. That's 2 buckets. Okay, I'm going to rest a minute, if you don't mind. You've got anybody still working? Yeah, I got somebody still watching. Okay, so, see, I got some big ones over there. I'm going to get those big ones. I'm going to leave the little ones for right now. Let them get a little bigger so they're easier to grab hold of. But those big ones I'm going to get in a minute. And then I'm going to just do some metal detecting and see if I missed something. I pretty much scoured this, I don't know, 20 times, but I always find something. And the more I get out, the less is masked and the less false targets I get and stuff. I still have the sprinkler pipes in here, the old sprinkler pipes, because I didn't pull them out when I put the new sprinkler system in. And then I've stopped using the sprinkler system because of the drought. And one thing led to another. So I got this evening, I'm going to get those big ones over there and over there, a couple over there. So I'll get the big ones out, because this is pretty much gonna, this and the wood I've got over there is gonna pretty much fill up my green now. So got a couple piles I got to pick up. Got to move that wood over there too. I got to cut down that tree, and I'm cleaning up a spot for the wood to go in the backyard so it's not out in the front, sullying up the front yard. But, so Greg, did you back out cutting and burning? I didn't hear you say how you're doing on your cleanup. sunfish in here? Did I miss sunfish? Oh, I'm sorry. Sunfish. Didn't say hi to you yet. There you. So, should have brought some water out with me. No, that's all right. I'll be getting it soon enough. What time is it? So, I'm about 9 minutes away. I'll go get the metal detector now and just fill up the last few minutes with the metal detector instead of weeding. I'll come out later this evening when it's a little cooler and do some weeding. Oh, come on. There you go. It's over here, and then I'll get my big can. This is about half the size of the can that they gave us. Put this up here. Oh, there's a this thing came up here close to the house. Oh, I'm going to take that with me. Oh, let's see. Okay. Here's one of 45, 46. I don't have my pinpointer out here, so I'll have to keep using my where'd it go? Huh. 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 It was a 45, 46 and it just disappeared. Don't need to put that back. That's a weed that I pulled up. Huh. Well, I'll have to come back with my pinpointer and these little things give you a good signal, and then they disappear, get turned to a different angle. This might be a little bit hard to do without a pinpointer. Well, that's not that hard. There. There it is. Nice little bolt. Stainless steel bolt too. Huzzah, stainless steel. Not too worried about the weed covered area. Okay. Got one stainless steel target. Now over here, this is sprinkler pipe here. It's all along here. There's a sprinkler. And it goes all the way down this edge too. See, I get targets no matter how many times I've been over this. I'm still getting targets. This is a 28, so in the aluminum range. Where'd it go? Ah! Rocks. Tons of rocks down here. Look at this. Huh. Another target disappeared. Turned sideways or something. Yep. Have to mark that one. Now I'm curious as to what it will be, but anyway, got a couple more minutes. Oops. You know, I've got a couple neighbors that I want to go do their lawns because they look like mine. They look like this one, and I'm going to do theirs. I did the neighbor right there across the street, and that neighbor over there, when he first moved in, he's had it all landscaped since. But I did that one. I give everything to them that they want. You know, I just take pictures of it. And I don't even do a 50-50 split with them, only because, you know, it's their yard. But if they say they don't want it, I don't argue with them. That's a sprinkler pipe. A sprinkler pipe. There's a 45-46. Something I've missed. I don't know how, but I've missed it. It's in here. It's right in here. Is it? I don't see anything that's a 45-46. I don't see a penny or a dime. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look there, I got a copper penny. Still giving. Still giving. What year is it? It's copper though, I know it is. It's not zincened up at all. It's a 70 something. 1975, I think. Let's see if I can get on here. Does that say 1975? I think so, huh? Yeah, that's 1975. Cool deal. All right, you guys, we got to find. So that made the whole live worth it right there. So I'm going to let you go. You guys have been a blast. Thank you for being here. Peace, everybody. Let's alrighty. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me while I clean up my rock garden. The rock garden over there looks much better now. So thanks for hanging out. And you guys stay safe, stay well, hunt well, get out there and find something cool. We just found a 1975 copper penny in my yard that I've done a dozen times or 24 times. But you guys are awesome. God bless you all for being who you are. Have a great day today. And same time tomorrow, same Incognito channel. You know, peace, everybody. Later, Gators. Let's hunt.